You know it's great. Hey, you want to do a quick interview?
Sure, why not? What's up?
So we got Dickie here for an interview, real
How you guys
quick.
doing?
So congratulations.
Thank you. First round in like 10 years.
Yeah. So tell us about what was it like coming back to a tournament after literally 10 years?
It's nice to have something on the West Coast where I don't have to travel across like the United States for. I drove here, like it's unheard of.
But I mean, in general, like, what are like emotionally, like, what are your internal vibes being
It's
back?
incredible. It's nice to see familiar faces and new people play this game. Like by
Right.
far, it's like I'm happy. It's like alive.
Yeah.
It's like it's just it makes me fucking happy. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. It's awesome. I think it is like, it kind of feels like a renaissance where it's like every community's kind of doing a lot, which is really
Nice
sick.
to see that like everyone's doing stuff.
Yeah.
For a while, I felt like there was nothing even before COVID. You know.
Yeah.
So just it's nice to see something.
Sick, dude. Well, congrats. Yeah, that it was. We were talking about we could see your quad nerves.
Oh, near the end, at the pause.
Were you nervous at the end?
At the very end, yes, because I was like, oh wait, I have a blue combo. Crap, I need to focus.
Yeah.
That's
So
also, I think that was like the first time I actually playing on pad.
Yeah.
I was literally just like, oh, I looked at it, step mania. Like, the song goes, the chart goes to the song. Can't be that bad. So, hope I can do more like that. But I also noticed the cab feels slightly earlier.
okay.
So, gotta kind of get used to that.
Well, sick job. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Cheers. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yep. All right. Warming up right now, we have RootReducer and HellKiteChaos.
Let's go. Yeah, Root's been super fun to follow. He's actually my most watched Twitch streamer right now.
Oh, nice.
I saw, in the 2023 recap. Just a super wholesome guy, and just has been improving at such a rapid pace. And definitely that's my favorite thing right now, is just to see that happening in the community. Like, it's like my favorite game, and I love seeing that. So, yeah. So what do we got for the card draw?
All right. I haven't been saying the vetoes, but might as well, because that
Sure,
is
yeah,
a very
let's
viable
hear
part
'em.
of it. So vetoed, we have 11 for Sakura and the 10 for Little Drop. And for the draw itself, we have the 10 for Singularity, the 10 for Maijurushi, and then the 10 to Twister.
Sounds good.
I don't know if you've seen the 12 to Twister at all.
I think I played it.
That one is a very stark difference from the 10.
Is the 12 in the pack or the 10?
The 10's in the pack.
Then maybe I haven't. Is it a legend song?
It's a legend song, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how Root adjusts, because he has a lot of like really specific stuff on his setup.
Right.
and has a specific pad, and is just new to tournaments. So HellKite has been not only winning most of his matches today, but also is super, yeah, like look at that, right? Do you see that bar? Or the minus 17? So it's just like his setup at home is just not synced correctly. I mean, like, right?
Yeah, I
Right,
guess
it's
I can agree with that based on
Yeah.
what I'm seeing. Could he set a 18 millisecond visual offset?
Whatever you need to do. I mean, I think the cool thing in our game compared to, like something like DDR is like we build the customization features that we want, and so being able to adjust.
He actually put the 18 milliseconds.
He literally did what you suggested. It's like he has he has an earpiece with Viva La Moo commentary in his ear. But yeah, you can do that. You could just make the offset 18.
And it doesn't change the actual offset of the song, but it can potentially mentally trick you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so again, like, feel free to ask questions in the chat. I have the chat open. I won't be responding to, like, I don't know, like everything, but like I'm happy to. Between me and Viva La Moo, we have a lot of knowledge about the game. So if anybody's curious about anything, like, feel free to ask. We are more than happy to. Like, we want more people joining the scene. It's like really fun. So feel free to ask anything. There's no dumb questions. And yeah. Thanks for being here.
I agree, Blizzard Ball. Play ITG. So let's see, this means we're a little over halfway, a little under halfway through.
I was just thinking about that. Ooh, I like that. I like the lights going down. I was just thinking about that because I feel like, wasn't there another match? So in our pool match order, we're saying 1 versus 3, 2 versus 4, 1 versus 4. 1 versus 3 was Dicky and Zexy.
Yep.
Wasn't there another match before that? I guess it was stage 3 still.
We did commentate one stage 3 match.
Okay.
I think RootReducer seeing if the visual offset is helping. Honestly, nice for the opponent to allow that.
What's your take on adjusting the setups as like a skill set?
It is honestly the most important one for a head-to-head tournament. Because the grind skill set almost means nothing if you can't adjust the setup you're playing on. To some degree, obviously.
Right.
And it's so hard for newer players, and it's honestly, with how accessible the game is right now, that might be the hardest skill set to get because everyone's playing at other setups at home.
Yeah, I think unfortunately Roots, I do want to say this is his first tournament, yes. And I think he's just really nervous. I think we tend to hit early. It could be the sync setup or whatever, but I think we tend to skew early when we're really nervous. So just take some deep breaths and you'll be okay. And again, like I was saying, like HellKite's been just ripping it. So it's like kind of an unbalanced mental matchup, if you will.
Because it happens at every single level, but I feel like it's more prominent at the lower levels where if you start quote unquote going on tilt,
Yes.
yet coming back from that.
Oh
is
my
just
god.
unimaginably hard.
Completely agree. Maybe one of the hardest things.
And especially if it's due to not being able to adjust because then you're like, oh, it's not even me 100%, it's me adjusting to the machine.
I think in a lot of way, like our esport is like golf or like racing. I think you can make the case it's like either of those. Because in racing, oftentimes you do have your own race. Like you do make overtakes, but like you have a plan and you have a set skill, which is your car, and it's a game of milliseconds, right? Just like our game. And you're just trying to be perfect. Like you don't honestly really care what the other people are doing. You're just trying to be perfect. You're trying to execute your plan. Golf similar. It's like you can see what everybody else is doing, but you're just trying to play your game, and you're trying to do it better than everybody else, and you can see in real time like how everybody's doing, like their strengths, whatever. So yeah, I think it's really interesting. It's like that's what we're doing. It's like there's so much psychology and social psychology, and like wow, what a score there.
Yeah, wow.
Really gave. I mean, just HellKite just dominating today.
Honestly,
96 EX on the 10.
considering
Difficult 10.
Yes, difficult 10,
Yeah.
lots of bursts. Honestly, from what this seems like to me, HellKite's gained some of their stamina back from that break.
Could be adrenaline, right? It doesn't even matter. It's like whatever. Like
Yeah.
whatever helps you push and get the job done. Sick job. Half the excellence is Root. Which so if you're looking at the graph, chat. Oh well, we're not anymore. But the graph, any dots you see, the dots are each notes in the song. The colors correspond to the judgment they got. And if it's like below the center, it means they hit early. And if it's above the center, it means they hit late. So that's kind of a way to read that. And then the solid line is their life bar. Misses they'll strike the y-axis with red for every miss. And you'll naturally see like the solid line like dip. So it's like one way to interpret that like dot graph at the bottom. This is in the results screen.
here's a question for you. Thoughts on reading speed? Fast versus slow versus moderate?
Reading speed is like one of the great debates of all dance games, right?
So like right here, they honestly look like they're reading at relatively similar speeds.
Correct, yeah. Yeah, I think the right answer depends on who you ask, but like I would imagine that at this level, again we're at stage 4 now, I would imagine that both players are employing the same strategy, which is like what probably you or I do as well. Like as fast as you can read without being off balance. It's kind of like the right rule of thumb. But I think that like, and I don't know if you're like this, but the more warmed up I am, the faster, the more I can push that. Yeah.
Do you pay attention to the meta of someone usually reads fast and you notice they pick something slightly slower than normal? That they might just not want to show up as well because of that?
Not quite, but I like that. I think it's a good like rule of thumb probably.
And honestly, I picked that one up because of DDA.
Yeah. No, it's super interesting. I think like, yeah, it goes back to adjusting the setup, right? Which as we see, like, HellKite's got like a fifth of the counts. They're actually quite close on blues. Ish.
The brain's not helping. Ooh. It looks like a
misread. Okay.
I see. It was the crossover.
For sure, yeah. HellKite only up by 1%. Oh, and hits a mine with some mistakes there. Excellence. So it feels like it's taking a match, but Root is learning kind of the timing of it all.
That's also one of the hardest parts of the adjustment skill set. Because you could eventually adjust, but unfortunately, like, it could just be too late.
That's a great point. As HellKite will take it 2-0. Y'all, this is crazy.
Wow.
HellKite, very underseeded, or just overperforming, or just both. Who knows? I don't know, but
Skill sets.
love it. Yeah, sure. I'm here for it. Ever since the waterfall system was popularized, I think it's always fun having Cinderella stories.
Absolutely.
HellKite's ours this time.